From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Friday morning. Right now you're taking a live look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app. You can download it for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Lots of sunshine out there for this morning. It's a beautiful morning. It's going to end up being a beautiful day all throughout the day. Wind gusts calm for now. They're going to be picking back up a little bit later in the day, especially in the Kittitas Valley. Some of those peak gusts could be around 30 miles per hour. Right now temperatures, it's a little bit crisp out there. 40s and 50s for lower elevations, 40s in the Cascades, 40s in the Blues. Your day planner forecast for today, for lower elevations, low to mid 70s as soon as lunchtime. And then we're mostly going to end up in the mid 80s for today. So the bottom line for the forecast, again, most of us in lower elevations going to end up around 85, but warming up into the weekend by Monday, we're going to end up around 100 degrees. And the forecast staying dry, staying pretty sunny as well. So of course, talk about all this, but especially the heat for the beginning of next week. That's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, investigation underway this morning after shots fired in a Kennewick neighborhood. Coming up, the group police are now hoping they can find and how they need your help. Plus, Yakima police are out with their latest traffic report, and the numbers show just how busy officers were last month. We'll break it down for you. And Stuart Little might be cute, but the reality is far less charming. Coming up, Apple Valley News Now's Austin Reed gives us an in-depth look on why rat sightings are surging across the Tri-Cities and what you can do to keep them out. We have those headlines and more coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Friday morning. Thanks so much for joining us and waking up with us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott. Jessica has the morning off. We want to start this morning with some new information coming into the newsroom out of Kennewick, where police are investigating the reports of shots fired in the 3900 block of West John Day Avenue. This is what we know right now. Officers were called to the scene about 8:30 last night for a weapons complaint. When they got there, they didn't find anyone who had any injuries, but they did talk to witnesses, and those witnesses told police that a group of juveniles wearing face masks were seen running from the area. So anyone with information or possible surveillance video from the area are asked to contact police through the non-emergency line. And emergency crews responded to a massive multi-vehicle crash on Highway 395 yesterday afternoon. It happened just north of Connell. Our crews were on scene. To give you an idea of just what happened, take a look at the video right now of all of the wreckage. Dispatchers say that the collision happened around 2 o'clock. This was near the Franklin-Adams County line, and it involved at least 9 vehicles, including 2 semi-trucks. We're told at least one person was hurt, and the highway there was shut down in both directions for hours while crews worked to clear the scene. Traffic was briefly moved through before northbound lanes then closed again for tow trucks to come in and clear all the wreckage as well. Officials say the crash happened during a dust storm that reduced visibility in the area, and that was likely to blame. Taking you to Yakima now, where police say July was a busy month on the roads. According to their newly released traffic report, officers issued more than 1,500 citations, conducting over 2,000 traffic stops. Police also made 41 arrests for drivers driving under the influence, and also responded to 135 crashes across the city. Officers say that these numbers are a part of their ongoing effort to keep the roads safe, especially during the summer months when more people are on the roads traveling. They also want to use this as another reminder for drivers to slow down, avoid distractions, and never get behind the wheel impaired. All right, heads up for Richland drivers. Some major closures are set to start next week. Collins Road will be closed from Bombing Range Road to South 58th Avenue starting Monday, and the closure will last through October 31st. Crews will be installing a new water main to support the city's Well to Our project. Local access for residents, deliveries, and mail will still be allowed, but all other traffic will need to use the posted detours. City officials say closing the road now will help crews finish the project faster and safer. 6:04, and it's a growing concern creeping into neighborhoods across the Tri-Cities. We're talking about rats. But why? Why this sudden uptick? Why is it happening now? Well, Apple Valley News Now's Austin Reed went out to get those answers.
You're invited.
Most of us have heard of...
Attention, everybody.
This is Stuart. Hello.
Stuart Little. While not a rat, mice are a part of the same family. And then there's those New York City rats. But now, Tri-Cities residents from South Richland to South Kennewick, Benton City, and beyond are reporting a noticeable spike in rat activity.
So for the past, I'd probably say 1.5 to 2 years, there's definitely been an insurgence of rats.
I spent the day with Mike from Sawtooth Pest Control, who isn't surprised about the rodents.
One of my customers, he put a couple garden boxes in his backyard, and it started attracting rats.
A construction boom isn't the only reason for the increase as well.
I started doing some research because as the calls kept coming in, I had to figure out what exactly was causing this. So I realized that the winter that we had specifically last year, it was rather warm in terms of winters. And rats specifically, they like the warmer weather during the winter because then it allows them to eat and breed.
Experts say rats need very little space to enter, potentially squeezing through a hole as small as a 1/4 inch wide.
There's like a little depression that could definitely be a place where they'd burrow.
To combat the infestation, store pet food and bird seed securely, especially at night. Pick up fallen fruit and compost before it attracts unwanted wildlife. Use rodent-proof trash containers with tight lids, and limit outdoor exposure. Could you ever see our rats turning into those New York City rats?
So that's a really good question. And out here, I would probably say yes, but it would take a very long time and it would take a lot of urbanization.
Or just move. I would have to move if rats were at my house. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Rodeo rides and record-sized livestock. Coming up, we have community events that are promising all of those things as we kick off fair season. And giving you a live look outside from our Apple Valley studios right here in Kennewick. Beautiful start to our Friday. What's the rest of the day and the weekend look like? Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth is going to let us know coming up after the break.
Call Vance when you need a friendly, reliable electrician. We'll keep your home safe with electrical services and equipment upgrades. Save $50 on any electrical service. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1-hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
On behalf of STCU, we want to present you with this $1,000 check.
Brian is the regional logistics leader. He makes sure things are ready when it comes to disaster response.
To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at applevalleynewsnow.com.
When it comes to legal matters, you need someone you can trust. At Morphine Law Firm, we are sincerely grateful for the last 5 years of trust and support you've given our firm. Your trust and support have been a major driving force behind our mission for justice. We offer free consultations, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear, but we try to steer you in the right direction. We appreciate your continued trust and confidence in Morphine Law Firm.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this morning's temperatures, starting off in Kittitas County, 40s and 50s out there, 54 for Ellensburg. Then in the Yakima Valley, we are seeing 40s and 50s as well. 47 in Yakima, 54 in Union Gap. In the lower Columbia Basin, all this in the 50s, pretty close to 60 degrees right now in the Tri-Cities. We're at 59. And then 40s and 50s also for the Blue Foothills and 40s for the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Here's your CoatCast for today for the Tri-Cities. Light jacket weather for this morning. It's already going to be t-shirt weather by 10, and then sunny and 75 at lunchtime. After that, we're going to get up into the 80s. So for today, for lower elevations, mid 80s for the most part. That's warmer as opposed to yesterday, but still about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. And just like with yesterday, it's going to be a beautiful day. Lots of sunshine, even more sunshine as opposed to yesterday. Okay, now let's take a look at the lay of the land out there. Futurecast satellite and radar. See that big spinning blue H? That's an area of what we call high pressure. When you hear high pressure around this time of the year, at least, think hotter and drier weather. So that high pressure over the next couple days, not only going to hover around the region, but it's going to strengthen, which means we're going to stay dry, we're going to trend hotter, especially hot by the time we get to Monday. I'll tell you just how hot coming up in a few minutes.
All right, it is that time of year again between the rides and the games and, of course, the fair food. It's shaping up to be a great weekend, and the weather, too.
Absolutely. From cotton candy to everything fried in between, we've got a roundup of local fairs you won't want to miss. Here's a look at what's happening in our area this week.
Yeah, we want to start with the Yakima Valley Fair and Rodeo, which kicked off yesterday and continues through Saturday. Yesterday, kids ages 8 to 18 showed off their hard work in the FFA livestock competitions.
We're talking sheep, cows, pigs, rabbits, turkeys, you name it, big and small, they were all in the spotlight.
And today the fun continues with some rodeo action and livestock auction. That starts at 8 a.m. And don't leave on an empty stomach because there are plenty of vendors serving up food throughout the weekend. All that delicious fair food.
Yes.
The Umatilla County Fair kicked off this week in Hermiston, Oregon, and continues through the weekend as well.
Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable gives us an idea of what to expect as he met with some attendees, as well as the largest animal at the fair. Take a look.
The Umatilla County Fair brought shows, rides, and animals for all the attendees to see.
The view from the top of the Ferris wheel speaks for itself. There's a lot going on at the Umatilla County Fair all weekend long.
Fireball, a ride that had people getting off and right back on over and over, was packed from the start. It was just one of the many carnival rides the fair has to offer.
It was really fun, but it's like when you get out there, it like kind of rushes all to your head and you're just sitting there for a second, you're like, whoa, getting a little dizzy.
You get nauseous after a minute or two, but it's worth it. It was fun.
Featuring several livestock shows throughout the day, goats, rabbits, steer, and others were put on display. One, however, was very hard to miss. His name? Joe Mama.
He weighs 1,818 pounds. He is the biggest steer here at Umatilla County Fair.
Bringing lots of kids and families camping out in RVs, the event tries to cap off the summer with a bang before school starts back up.
I want to invite all the people, families and kids, come on down. I know a lot of people are, in a financial strain, but this is the time that they can come and enjoy themselves.
These were only some of the festivities that will be going on until Saturday, August 8th. In Hermiston, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
Love it. Lots of fun at the fair.
Yeah, it's always good vibes. Even if you don't like the rides, it's cliche, but a little something for everyone, right?
Oh,
there's
yeah.
food, there's the pets, the petting zoo, not pets, but...
Don't take your pets to
Get what
the
I'm trying
fair.
to say, yeah.
The animals.
The animals, the livestock.
The rodeo. I love the rodeo.
Typically there's live music.
Yeah.
Just like the vibes.
The vibes.
The vibes, the atmosphere.
Yes, and good vibes. All right. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Checking back in with the guy to my right, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He's going to have your first alert forecast and let you know what we can expect for the weekend if you're headed out to the fair, and also as we head into next week already. Don't want to talk about next week yet. It's the weekend.
Yes.
We're not talking about Monday. Give you that live look outside. Beautiful start to our Friday. It's 6:15. We're back after the break.
The legendary Bigfoot is still hiding. He's real and so are the prizes in the $120,000 Bigfoot Bounty at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Hunt down your share and spin for cash, free play, or the Bigfoot Bounty Progressive that increases with each spin until it's won every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then on August 30th, one of 3 lucky winners takes home a new Rain travel trailer. Come claim your share of the bounty. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, celebrating 3 decades of fun.
I'm gonna be a wild one. Some days are the fun days. The days you get to go wild, which makes the Ford Ranger perfect for you. Made to haul, made for the trail, and made for any wild idea you've got. Get a wild deal on a Ranger today. Lease a 2025 Ford Ranger Super Crew 4x4 for $299 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
A drunk driver just blew a stop sign and we collided. My vehicle was totaled. What about the vehicle? How am I gonna get to work? How am I gonna continue taking care of my family? I contacted Tamaki Law and I told them about what had happened. Tamaki made it very simple, very easy. It was a stress relief for me. If you happen to be in an accident, call Tamaki Law.
Why was 6 afraid of 7?
Because 7, 8, 9.
Good news, you still get to eat. Join us August 7th, 8th, and 9th at Moxie City Park for the Moxie Hop Festival. 3 magical days of awesome food, local vendors, a legendary 21+ beer garden, live music, kids games, the Saturday pancake breakfast, fun run, and of course, the famous parade at 10 a.m. Bring your friends and family to celebrate community pride all weekend long. It's not just fun, it's Moxie magic at this year's Moxie Hop Festival. Visit evcea.org. It's time to lose your generic weather app. Scan this QR code to download the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app. It's the app you need from the team you trust.
The Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app, only from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Next live, Katie Lowe's from The Hunting Wives, comedian Matt Brent, and Chef Alex Guarnaschelli.
People are like, why are your vegetables so good? You had to watch the show to know.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Just like with yesterday, we'll have plenty of sunshine for today. Granted, I think we're going to have even more. It's going to be another beautiful day out there, and it's going to be just a little bit warmer as opposed to yesterday, but still about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for August 8th. So that means mid-80s for lower elevations. The wind gust going to come back, this time not as strong. Peak gusts anywhere between 20 to 30 miles per hour in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. Then for tonight, a few more clouds up in the sky, but in general, it's going to be mostly clear. Overnight lows not as cool as what we're seeing for this morning, but still I would classify 50s as cool, 40s in the Cascades and 40s and 50s in the Blues. For tomorrow, a little bit hotter. At this point, we're going to be just about, you could round up to say that this is going to be normal for August 9th, as we'll be in the 80s and 90s for the valleys, around 90 for the lower Columbia Basin, and around 90 for a good chunk of the Blue Foothills. Wind gusts going to come back, but this time a little bit lighter for spots, and still peak gusts just between 20 to 30 miles per hour for the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. Trending hotter as we head into the next few days. Monday is going to be the peak of this, obviously, and then we're going to trend cooler after that, kind of a symmetrical. This is, if you've ever taken a statistics class, this is what you would call a bell curve. So at the center of the bell, that's going to be Monday, the hottest day, anywhere between 101 to 103 in the lower Columbia Basin, between 95 to 100 in the Kittitas Valley, around 100 up and down the Yakima Valley, and then around 100 in the Blue Foothills. So that means that vegetation dryness is going to go up. Thankfully, again, this isn't going to be a sustained heat wave, but vegetation dryness certainly will go up, and that's only going to be, that cause is not going to be helped by this. No rainfall in the forecast over the next 7 days. Okay, here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, trending hotter into the beginning of next week, as we'll end up around 100 degrees for Monday and Tuesday. In Yakima, a very symmetrical forecast as we'll heat up into the triple digits by Monday, but highs eventually return to where they started. In Ellensburg, mid-90s Sunday and Monday, cooler with winds picking up Tuesday through Thursday. We'll watch the fire potential very closely. In Hermiston, the heat peaks at 101 at the beginning of next week, then sliding back down into the mid-80s by the end of next week. And then for Walla Walla, the foothills will also be within striking distance of triple-digit heat for Monday, but that'll be a quick flash as opposed to a long-term event.
All right, things looking pretty good.
I'd say so. And just, I wanted to touch on this. Tomorrow, August 9th, Smokey Bear's birthday. Good reminder, even though this fire season has been very tame, that can turn just like that.
Very quickly.
Only you can prevent forest fires. So.
You heard it here first, my friends.
Happy birthday, Smokey.
All right, great. Well, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, taking a look at some of the trending stories from the week, including a 2-week, 2-state wild goose chase after more than just a feathered friend. That thing looks terrifying.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have the details and the video coming up after the break.
Three weeks of savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Find it online or pick one up in store today. Blue Diamond canned almonds are just 2 for $5. Red Vine's 3.5-pound licorice jars are $2 off. Lee Mid-Rise regular fit jeans are just $17.99 after $5 off. Arm & Hammer detergents are $3 off. And Pedigree's 22-ounce wet dog food is 5 for $10. Save now with store-wide 3-week savings at Bi-Mart since 1955.
Before, our service would be in and out. We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network, and with the most satellites, we're connecting hundreds of thousands in places where cell towers can't reach with T-Satellite.
I signed up for T-Satellite to give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
Good Shepherd provides the most up-to-date orthopedic care available. Our team of experienced board-certified surgeons, physiatrists, and podiatrists are capable of fulfilling your orthopedic needs. Services include precise joint replacements, sports medicine, all orthoscopic shoulder and knee repairs, fracture care, hand surgery, and foot and ankle care. We are here to help you with your pain and maximize your body's performance and function. Good Shepherd Orthopedics in Hermiston. Patients first, always.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Summer's almost over.
But there's lots of end-of-summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Go long! Yes! Time right! Manny drops back and he flips one right down the middle. Well done. No, this one's burning.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? A 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. That's the value you can expect from Toyota.
Come in today.
Great job, rookie.
Toyota, let's go places.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to 624. Before we hit the weekend, let's take a look back at some of the stories that were trending this week.
From a goose on the loose to an insubordinate hippo.
Ooh.
A couple of creatures this week definitely need a little wrangling.
Patrick Cornelius gives us a closer look at these hilariously ridiculous stories in today's Take a Look at This.
This slippery goose no longer on the loose. Obviously not a real goose. Goose is the name of this 5-foot-long monitor lizard that fled a Massachusetts home in July, on the lam for 2 weeks during a multi-state wild goose chase, crossing into Connecticut. Authorities finally found the lizard hiding under a tree root around the Douglas State Forest area.
Took a look in there and there's a tongue sticking out at me.
Teams able to root Goose out of hiding, getting him to a safer environment. The animal will now spend a few weeks in quarantine before moving to a habitat at a nonprofit animal sanctuary. Protesting authority also extends to even the littlest pygmy hippos who certainly won't be told to leave the pool. Mars, my new spirit animal by the way, at a wildlife park in Goddard, Kansas simply decided its time in the drink isn't done. So handlers called in Mom to wrangle the squiggling offspring, and the internet has seen this scene before, commenting, "She started counting." Mama probably called out his full name, middle included, and Mama don't play. Those are the pro moves, and to no one's surprise, Mom got the job done. Even Mars might not want to deal with this gushing grossness. Goo! Yeah, that's an awful amount of brown water sloshing down from the ceiling at the Atlanta airport. That'll give passengers a bad altitude, certainly a pain in the neck for workers. Airport officials say they closed the area for cleaning and sanitizing, and they're investigating the cause, but the horrifying H2O episode didn't impact overall operations. For Take a Look at This, you know what? I'd rather just see Mars again. There he is. Hey, buddy. Hi. I'm Patrick Cornell.
Wild times.
Yeah, that I missed. What was that water coming from the ceiling? I spaced out for like 5 seconds.
I know. I kind of blacked out too, like I've done with the prompter. Blocked that out, so we're going rogue right now. So I wasn't quite sure what that was.
I don't know. It didn't look good. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of it. And since we had a reptile in the story, Goose, I just want to issue a retraction on something I said a couple days ago.
Good.
I said, "Oh, alligators. I think I read somewhere that they're sweet." They're not. They are shy of humans, which I think is like kind of sweet. But no, they'll mess you up. Yeah.
Which
should have been obvious.
When you said that the other day, I thought, sweet. That is definitely one word I would not use to describe an alligator.
Yeah, but they don't like humans. They're scared.
That's why they eat them.
Yeah. You have to really mess around to find out with an alligator, so don't do that.
Yeah, just don't. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. It is 6:27, and when we come back, we'll have the details on the water basin and how that is impacting local residents. And also, high volume calls coming into Pendleton, into the fire department. Details on how they're hoping to combat that.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
The best bulls in the world have come to town. For bulls and their riders, those 8 seconds go by in a heartbeat. 8 seconds to become a champion, or nothing. It's bull time, Kennewick. PBR bucks into Toyota Center September 5th and 6th. Get your tickets now at pbr.com/tickets or Ticketmaster.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
This is the Tempur Active Breeze. It's designed to help sleepers with different climate needs rest comfortably all night. So no more fighting over the AC or the covers, because the Tempur Active Breeze Smart Bed delivers a sleep temperature range of up to 30 degrees and helps you and your partner get the personalized comfort you need for the deep, undisturbed rest you deserve.
Get a free $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Plus 72 months no interest. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Get ready to party with Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos. We're turning 6, and the celebration is happening on August 20th from 11 to 3 p.m. Swing by for a day packed with amazing live piano music, lively mini performances, and a whole lot of fun. We've got giveaways, awesome anniversary discounts, and outdoor games, perfect for the whole family. Bring your love of music for a joyful community celebration you won't want to miss. Let's make some noise and celebrate Dickerson's Tri-City Piano's 6 fantastic years of pianos and music together.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Friday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, you got another one. We're up to the big hundo.
Yeah, so that's 4 in a row. That's
it's
good.
no 40.
It's no 40
or 60.
or
Were you
60.
up to 60?
I was up to 60, and that's where it.
But it beat your 3-day losing streak.
Yes.
You're not past that.
So now I'm at, like, if we take in the last 3 and the next 4 after that, I'm +1, you know. So
good math.
Thank you. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at our 3-degree guarantee, sponsored by the Legends Casino and Hotel. Our good friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel went with forecast high of 81 yesterday. It verified at 83. Jackpot went up to $100. For today, a little bit hotter, a little bit warmer, I should say. Anywhere between, if the forecast verifies anywhere between 82 to 88, jackpot's going to hit $125. If that doesn't happen, the $100 could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com. You can click on the contest page. You can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Okay, now what's on your screen is a live, beautiful look at the Yakima Valley. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. Already plenty of sunshine up in the sky. It's going to look like that all throughout the day. Wind gusts kind of tame for now, but they'll be coming back. Not as strong as yesterday, but we could see gusts, especially this evening, between 20 to 30 miles per hour in the valleys. It's a little bit brisk out there for this morning. 47 in Yakima, in general 40s and 50s for lower elevations. Hey, it's been a while since I've seen any temperatures in our region, even in the mountains in the 30s, and now we're at 39 degrees for White Pass and 40s up in the Blues. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. By lunchtime, my favorite kind of weather, sunny and 75 in essence, and then a little bit later today, we're going to end up in the mid-80s. So warmer compared to yesterday, but still about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. And it's just going to be an excellent day to get out there, go to the park, go to the fair. We got a lot going on this weekend across the region. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this fantastic Friday forecast. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. We start this half hour of news in Yakima, where the health district is saying that they are offering 40 free under-the-sink PFAS filters. Now, this is for East Sela homes with confirmed PFAS that are above state or federal health guideline levels. They're also for use of private wells. Now, so this includes households that are currently awaiting installation of a point-of-entry treatment system. A set of free replacement cartridges will also be given. The district says that the filters are available on a first-come, first-served basis. To apply, you can call the Yakima Health District or complete the form online. And the Yakima Basin is facing a short water year. The Bureau of Reclamation says that there's not enough supply to meet full irrigation demands through September. Senior water rights holders will get their full share, but junior water rights holders will only receive about 40% of their allocations. As of August 1st, Yakima Basin reservoirs were just 39% full, and that's well below the average, and July's precipitation came in just over half of normal levels. So the shortfall will affect more than half of the basin's water users, as junior rights holders share the impact equally. 6:34, and the Pendleton Fire Department is reporting that they are operating at full capacity on 19 occasions last month. Number of calls continuing to increase. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkevitz tell us why this is happening and what the fire department is trying to do to improve capacity.
About a year ago, the Pendleton Fire Department started tracking the number of calls they receive each month. Fire season months, which are between June and September, typically average 100 more calls than the slower times of year. Last month, the department responded to 340 calls, which pushed the limits of what its staff can do. The Pendleton Fire Department says that in the month of July, they were out of resources 19 times. A key reason the department ran out of capacity is because of staffing. Fire Chief Tony Parati says personnel has not grown at the same rate as calls over the past few years.
Since 2019, our call load has gone up 52.94%. And over that same time frame, We have added 14.29% of personnel. Even though we added one person per shift, that gives us a 0% increase in actual resources because it takes 2 people to sit on one of our resources.
Chief Parati says there are a few ways the department can increase capacity. One way is by adding resources and personnel, which the department is looking into. Parati says he is looking at grants to get a community paramedic who could help respond to citizens with chronic needs, who send in about 10% of calls. Another way is by working together with other fire agencies.
I'm looking at 190 agreements with both UCFD1, Pilot Rock, UC Matillo Rural. You can put ECHO in there, but all the fire departments in this area to start pooling our resources for efficiencies to give a better service.
Going forward, Parati says he hopes to keep transparency about the department open in order for the community to assess if their needs are being met. He says that he might plan on having a town hall in the future.
I'd really love to sit down and answer any questions that anybody in the public might have to really what the state of the fire department is and what I think about it.
Chief Parati also says citizens can ask questions in person or on social media for more information. Reporting from Pendleton, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
Caleb, thanks for that report. The department also posts their weekly call data on their Facebook page. All right, coming up, we are talking sports, including some little players making a big impact on the game. That's coming up after the break, that story. And also giving you a live look outside from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. It is 6:36 on this Friday. We're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert with your First Alert forecast after the break.
E.T. and Extra. E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next-level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Why do patients and families immediately think of Good Shepherd? They trust our knowledge and expertise. They value the compassionate care we provide. They feel like they are being taken care of by family. From our renowned doctors and top-of-the-line technology to our state-of-the-art facilities, Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first, always.
I'm attorney Brian Smith.
And I'm attorney Megan Hale.
For 30 years, Tamaki Law has been your choice as the firm that fights for the justice you deserve.
Thank you for voting Tamaki Law as Yakima Herald's first choice for personal injury and civil law firm.
And Megan Hale as best attorney.
And the Business Times as the best overall attorneys.
We are honored to serve this community.
If you've been seriously injured, call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
During the final days of the back-to-school sale at Furniture Row, every sofa, dining group, and bed is on sale. So outfitting your off-campus studio or secluded study nook is elementary. Find high-end sofas at unbelievable prices and laid-back sectionals with modern lines. Contemporary counter-height dining to versatile minimalist functionality. Affordable beds in planked chestnut and timeless warm brown elegance. Buy one, get 50% off the second with our Denver mattress lineup or score 60 months, no interest. The back-to-school sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
The future of healthcare is here at Prosser Memorial Health, home to Mako Smart Robotics for precise joint replacement. Prosser Memorial Health has added aquablation therapy for advanced prostate care. And now we're proud to be the first in Eastern Washington with the Da Vinci 5 surgical system, bringing world-class robotic surgery close to home, all inside our brand new state-of-the-art hospital built with you in mind. Prosser Memorial Health, the future of care, right here, right now. Learn more at prosserhealth.org.
Austin Reed is a television news leader with a passion for unique stories that have affected positive change for more than 20 years.
Get the best local news coverage every day, right here.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee, Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Tonight, 2020 takes you inside a killing spree.
Everybody was scared that you were showing up to Laredo.
We may have a serial killer on our hands. Who is this serial killer? It was shocking. The one that got out. 2020, tonight at 9/8 Central on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's fantastic Friday forecast level iteration. And we're going to be a little bit warmer as opposed to yesterday, but still about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. So we'll be around 70 for Snoqualmie Pass, mid-80s in the Kittitas Valley. A little bit breezy here, but not quite as windy as it was for yesterday. Then in the Yakima Valley, light winds for today. This is today's forecast, but for this evening, that's when some of the wind gusts could pick up, especially in the upper valley. These highs are going to be in the mid-80s. And then for the lower Columbia Basin, some of these gusts between 15 to 20 miles per hour, kind of coming out of a different assortment of directions. These highs, for the most part, mid to upper 80s. And then for the Blue Foothills, low to mid 80s, a bit breezy here. And going to have lighter winds in the higher terrain at the Blue Mountains. These highs are going to be in the 60s and 70s. So fantastic forecast. Get out there and enjoy it if you can. Okay, here's today's vegetation dryness forecast. Remember, yesterday we saw more greens and yellows on the map, but for today, more orange. So that means an elevated level of dryness. But by the time we get to the peak of this little heat wave, if you want to call it that, back to critically dry vegetation for the lower Columbia Basin, for the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, and for the Blue Foothills. So even though fire season thus far has been tame, the ball game is not over yet. We're in the fourth quarter, and sometimes crazy things can happen in the fourth quarter. So I'll talk about the heat that's going to lead to this. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thanks so much. 6:42 now, and taking a look at sports as the city of Richland is celebrating some of its youngest athletes, honoring Richland National Little League for their dedication, teamwork, and community impact. At this week's City Council meeting, leaders presented a formal proclamation recognizing the league for its success on the field and its positive influence off the field. City officials praised the efforts of families, volunteers, and coaches, along with the league's all-star teams who represented Richland at districts and state levels this season.
And whereas during the 2025 season, the league achieved remarkable success across all divisions, with all three groups capturing district titles, demonstrating depth and talent throughout the league.
The league is now turning its attention to growing its softball program and finding a permanent home for future seasons. City leaders say this kind of community support for youth sports is exactly what helps shape future leaders both on and off the field. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, we have your morning sprint. Everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. And giving you a live look outside on this Friday from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. When we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth with your full First Alert forecast as we head into the weekend.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
The accident happened so quickly.
I had no idea what to do next.
Instead of going through it alone, I found hope.
With Abeda Nelson.
For over 40 years, we've helped families navigate the complicated legal process.
Getting the care and settlement you deserve.
Abeda Nelson took care of everything.
So I could focus on healing and getting back to my life.
Abeda Nelson took my injury personally.
Accidents happen.
Compensation should too.
Abeda Nelson, we take your injury personally.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Here at the clinic, we offer our medical weight loss program. Diabetes, and more broadly, insulin resistance, is a highly inflammatory state that increases our risk of cardiovascular disease, cancer, as well as Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases.
Basically, it's the lack of awareness about what's creating that weight. There's lots of psychological aspects to that, so that where you come to is to a more centered place of feeling good and connected and positive about yourself, self-confidence.
You have access to over 100 weekly group fitness classes
top-notch fitness facilities, cutting-edge scientific therapies integrated into your program, and dedicated coaches rooting for your success. We also offer options for pharmaceutical assistance. We create patient-specific game plans centered around the 7 essential elements, which are sleep, nutrition, atmosphere, breathing, movement, thought, and purpose.
So rather than just focus, it's not dieting and it's not focused on dieting, and that's not what we do here at Pacific Clinic. It's mind, body, physical, emotional, mental, and the combination of all of those things. And I think that makes us tremendously different than any of the other programs out there.
To get started, call 509-783-5465 and schedule an appointment with a client advocate today.
On behalf of STCU, we want to present you with this $1,000 check.
Brian is the regional logistics leader. He makes sure things are ready when it comes to disaster response.
I went out there and I really enjoyed what we were doing. We were handing meals out to people that were affected by the wildfires. And they were so appreciative, they were thankful. It just gave me a good feeling. I said, I got to do this some more.
STCU honors volunteers in our community. To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take a look at today's forecast. Lots of sunshine all across the map. It is going to be a beautiful day out there. A little bit warmer as opposed to yesterday, but still cool for this time of the year by about 5 to 10 degrees, as we're going to be in the mid 80s for the most part for the valleys, for the basin, and for the foothills. Wind's going to come back, not as strong as yesterday, but still in the valleys, gust anywhere between 20 to 30 miles per hour. Then for tonight, a few more clouds up in the skies, but in general, it's going to be mostly clear. And overnight lows down into the 50s for lower elevation. So not as cool as what we experienced for this morning, but I'd still say it's going to be pretty cool out there. Then for tomorrow, a touch hotter. At this point, we're going to be just about average for August 9th, as we're going to be in the 80s and 90s for the valleys, low 90s for the most part for the basin, and upper 80s for the foothills. Wind's going to come back, but this time a little bit lighter across the map, but still for the valleys holding steady, anywhere between 20 to 30 miles per hour. High temperature is going to steadily increase into Monday and then steadily decrease after that. A very symmetrical forecast in terms of high temperatures over the next 7 days. And at the center of the symmetry, that would be Monday. That's going to be the hottest day, as will be anywhere between 101 to 103 for the lower Columbia Basin, anywhere between 95 to 100 for the valleys, 95 to 100 for the foothills as well. Thankfully, that's not going to be sustained, but vegetation dryness will go up. This isn't going to help. No rainfall in the forecast for the next 7 days. So vegetation dryness going up and fire danger will follow suit. It is a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, trending hotter into the beginning of next week, as we'll end up around 100 degrees for Monday and Tuesday. In Yakima, a very symmetrical forecast like I just stated, as we'll heat up into the triple digits by Monday, but highs eventually return to where they started. In Ellensburg, mid-90s Sunday and Monday, cooler with winds picking up Tuesday through Thursday. Watch the fire potential closely. In Hermiston, the heat peaks at 101 at the beginning of next week, then sliding back down into the mid-80s by the end of next week. Then for Walla Walla, the foothills will also be within striking distance of triple-digit heat for Monday, but that'll be a quick flash as opposed to a long-term ordeal. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a new medical diagnosis for a Grey's Anatomy star,
which rules out the gallbladder and biliary tree.
Actress Camilla Luddington, who plays fan favorite Dr. Jo Wilson on Grey's Anatomy, revealing she has Hashimoto's disease.
I noticed a really steady decline in my energy. That was probably the biggest symptom for me that something was wrong.
The actress opening up to GMA.
When you found out that you had an autoimmune disease that had a name, how did that make you feel?
I think the words autoimmune disease is really scary. I think when I realized how common it was, it became less scary.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on Camilla Luddington's diagnosis and what you need to know about Hashimoto's disease. With your GMA First Look, I'm Dr. Tara Narula, ABC News, New York.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after trying Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq works differently. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling, as fast as 2 weeks for some. And even at the 3-year mark, many people felt this relief. Rinvoq can stop joint damage, and in PSA, can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events: infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
And take back what's yours.
AbbVie could help you save.
Now, the morning sprint.
It is 6:51, time for your morning sprint, and we start with your national headlines this morning. The White House is asking the Supreme Court to allow ICE agents to continue conducting controversial patrols in Southern California. Lower courts have said that the patrols likely violate the Fourth Amendment. Well, last month, the U.S. District Court ordered DHS to discontinue the practice if the stops were based largely on a person's apparent ethnicity. Well, just yesterday, the Trump administration urging the High Court to block that decision. Business headlines for you this morning. Instagram has rolled out a new feature that shows a user's current location. It's called Instagram Map and includes an actual map of the U.S. showing where users are active. It also updates your location every time you use the app. The change has prompted some users to worry that their location is automatically being shared with the public. However, Instagram's parent company, Meta, says the feature is off unless you turn it on or opt in to sharing your location. You can also opt to share it only with specific people. 6:52 in your health headlines. We've all met those people who seem to remember everything, even in old age. They have a name for that: super agers. They're described as somebody over the age of 80 whose memory stays as sharp as they were when they were 30 or more years ago. Instead of losing their memory, as most people tend to do as their brain ages and shrinks, their brains actually fight back. The study found in superagers, the area of the brain that's responsible for thought processes, attention, and motivation is thicker compared to people decades younger. All right, talking sports now this morning. Bud Light is helping NFL fans cheer on their favorite teams again this upcoming season, and you could do it while you enjoy those hot wings or pizzas. The brewer has unveiled its limited edition team beer cans for the upcoming season. Officials say the cans, you see them right there on your screen, they have a sleek look, showcase the team logos, team colors, and jersey-based striping. 27 of the league's 32 teams are featured on the specialty cans. 6:53. Now here's a look at the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. We are following an investigation after reports of shots fired happened last night in the 3900 block of West John Day Avenue. Officers called out just after 8:30. Didn't find anyone with injuries, but they did find a group of witnesses who said a group of masked juveniles took off running. Police now asking anyone with tips or possible video to call the non-emergency line. And a dust storm is being blamed for a massive crash on Highway 395. This happened just north of Connell yesterday afternoon. Dispatchers say at least 9 vehicles, including 2 semis, were involved. This was all near the Franklin-Adams County line. One person was hurt. The highway was closed for hours in both directions as they cleared the scene. And Yakima police say July was a busy one on the roads with more than 1,500 citations, 2,000 traffic stops, 41 DUI arrests, and 135 crashes. They say this is just another good reminder for drivers to slow down, pay attention, and never drive impaired. And drivers in Richland, heads up, Collins Road will be closed Monday from Bombing Range Road to South 58th Avenue. The closure is going to run through October 31st. Crews will be installing a new water main. Local access will still be allowed, but others will need to follow the detours. And it is fair season in Grandview. The Yakima Valley Fair and Rodeo is underway. Rodeo is set for today and tomorrow with, of course, vendors, livestock, an auction, all the fun fair finds. If you can't make it today, don't worry. Fair runs through Saturday. All right, 6:54, taking a look at what is trending this morning. More than 82,000 rubber ducks
took the plunge into the Chicago River this week for the 20th annual Chicago Duck Derby.
And it was all for a great cause. The annual event kicked off on Thursday morning with crowds gathering along North Michigan Avenue as they waited to see which duck would take the top prize. The event raised nearly $600,000 for Special Olympics Illinois.
And not only did the event go off without a hitch, it was also done responsibly.
That's right, no ducks were left behind. They were all collected and saved for next year's Derby.
Yeah, and we do something like that here locally too.
Really?
Yeah, to raise funds.
Do we dye the Columbia River green?
No,
St. Patrick's Day?
Unfortunately, we don't do that.
Gotta step up our game.
Yeah. I think it's a different waterway system. I don't know if it would work as well in the Columbia.
I think there might be some ecological problems with that as well.
And also that side of things too. But hey, it might not be a bad weekend to hit the water.
No, it's going to be fantastic, especially as we heat things up throughout the weekend. Lots of sunshine. We'll talk about that in just a second. For this morning, winds kind of, ho-hum out there. They're going to be picking up a little bit later in the day. Some of those gusts between 20 to 30 miles per hour for the most part, but not as strong as they were for yesterday. Look at this. 47 degrees right now in Yakima. I would consider that brisk. It's been a while since we've been this cool across the region. And earlier this morning, White Pass was at 39 degrees. It's been a while since I've seen 30s anywhere on the map. A little bit later today, mid 80s, so we're not going to be as cool as we were for yesterday, but still about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for August 8th. So yeah, mid 80s, lots of sunshine, a fantastic day. Get out there and enjoy it if you can. Bottom line for the forecast is we're going to be around 85 for today for lower elevations like you saw, around 100 degrees by the time we get to Monday. So that's going to be about 5 to 10 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. Could be a little bit closer to 105 for some portions of the lower Columbia Basin, especially up towards Hanford. And the forecast staying dry, staying sunny over the next 7 days. So that means that vegetation dryness is going to go up. That means that fire danger is going to go up. And that coincides with one of my favorite characters. He has a birthday tomorrow, August 9th. He's a Leo, just like me. Smokey Bear. It's his birthday. Only you can prevent forest fires. Unless it's a lightning fire, then there's not really much you can do about it. But the rest of them, it's in your hands.
All right. Mid-Columbia Duck Race, September 20th. Get your duck.
20th.
$10. Rotaries put it on. Yep.
Very cool.
All right. Thanks so much for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. Of course, you can always find more about the stories we talked about today and so many more up on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is up next, and we'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.